So let's go to a Sunni principle of contradiction of the universal affirmative. The Sheikh is an Ashari, so inshallah we're going to get into this as well. The basic rule of logic: a universal claim, meaning all, is disproved by a single valid exception. Listen, a universal claim is disproved by a single valid exception, meaning if someone claims all X are Y, and even if one X is not Y, then the claim all is false. So meaning the claim being all the companions are upright, and the test, even if I show one companion today, it collapses the entire system itself. And this principle is mentioned by Fakhr al-Razi in his book. If you go to the next page, he mentions the following: the contradiction and the universal affirmative.
Can I just ask whose translations are these? Are they your own?
If you just pause the clock to shake.
Yeah, pause it. The translation.
We can show you the Arabic text, and you can say if what we have as translation is correct or not.
Pause the clock.
Yeah. Let me just put this one. Yeah, this is the.
Because why I'm asking this is because these Kalam books will have Siyaq and Sibaq, as you know.
Yeah.
So I'm asking, did you guys translate
this?
This
Is above.
Yes,
this is Firdausi Saab's translation. Yes. Okay. Go on. Carry on.
Just before you continue, it does state clearly that every evidence that is put before the panel must be clearly visible who the translator is, the translation, and the Arabic. And you've actually failed on that.
No, but actually, no. We've actually passed on that. Respectfully.
Okay.
Sheikh, what's this one?
Sheikh just recited books which have no translations. Sheikh just recited books which have no translations.
We didn't even do that to the Sheikh.
So let's not make up just some rules.
After his turn. After his
very bad.
Because Sheikh just read some Arabic text without any translation.
That's fine. It's okay. Everyone's watching. It's okay. Everyone's watching. It's okay. Everyone's watching. Everyone's a witness to the brothers and sisters. So anyway, what am I showing? I'm showing that even if I falsify one person, the entire claim of Adalah the Sahabah collapses. And this is a principle even the Shia believe in. That meaning that if I prove one example of a negative, it destroys the whole claim of someone being upright, the whole concept of universal. So what happens? In the Quran, we find the Surah al-Hujurat, verse number 6. Oh, you who believe, if a wrongdoer comes to you with any news, verify it. Least you should harm people in ignorance. Regarding this verse, Abu Bakr al-Jassas mentions in his book.
He's a famous Hanafi scholar.
Bring it up, please. Let's have a look at
Ahkam al-Quran.
He mentions, as for the claim that the companion Sahabi.
No, it's in his book Al-Fusul.
Al-Fusul, thank you.
This is not full.
Yep. As for the claim that the companion only narrates from another companion like himself, then all of them are acceptable in a narration. This is not the case. This is because during the era of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, there was those whom Allah himself judged as being a Fasiq, as seen in the saying, exalted. If an evildoer comes to you with news, verify it. And this was revealed by Walid ibn Uqba. This is the great giant. Walid ibn Uqba, this is the great giant who? Abu Bakr al-Jassas al-Hanafi. And this hadith is also mentioned in the Muslim of Ahmad ibn Hanbal, volume number 14. And he also cites the same tradition. And this hadith has been deemed Sahih by Ahmad Shakir.
Ahmad
Shakir, yes. The narration there will be presented on the screen.
Publications from him, but authentication is from Ahmad Zania.
So what have I proven? I've proven, according to the Holy Quran itself, and let's continue. How many seconds I've got?
5 seconds.
5 seconds. Okay, no problem. So so Adalah is a criterion that must be established, not assumed by Sunni definitions. Dishonorable conduct, lying, or moral defective invalidates Adalah.
I'm out.
Thank you.
Okay, with regard to the point you mentioned, al-mujibatul kulliyah requires what? As-salibatul juz'iyah, yes?
No, yanqudwa.
Yanqud bil mujib al-kulliyah. Yes. So I'll start again, yeah? Al-mujibatul kulliyah requires as-salibatul juz'iyah to do its need. Yes, in mantiq. The da'wah are based upon al-Quran al-Kareem. What we've done is presented al-fusul fil usul of Abu Bakr al-Jassas al-Razi, whose positions are rejected by Ahl-Sunnah wal-Jama'ah. For instance, his position on the ru'ya of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Yawm al-Qiyamah, he takes the Mu'tazili positions. He doesn't take Ash'ari positions, meaning it's not a dalil for me, against me. Secondly, also a salibatul juz'iyah will only apply if the asas is the same. The asas cannot be the same because al-Quran al-Kareem, is it the same as it is for the Sunni? So what I wanted to bring up is, as you will know, in Kitab al-Safi, fi tafsir al-Quran, what they state in the 6th muqaddimah, al-muqaddimah al-sadisa, regarding al-Kulayni's belief in al-Quran al-Kareem, meaning do you even believe the Quran is complete? This is something what I would want from you with regard to the judgment of the one who believed the Quran is tampered. So here I have the quotation regarding al-Muqaddimah as-Sadisa. It's gone wet here because of the water here. He states here, وَأَمَّا اعتقاد مشايخنا, as for the belief of our mashayikh, meaning the Shia mashayikh, في ذلك فالظاهر, the outward is what? من ثقة الإسلام, who they refer to as the trustworthy of Islam, who Muhammad bin Yaqub al-Kulayni طاب ثراه أنه كان يعتقد التحريف والنقصان في القرآن, that he would believe that the Quran is muharraf and there's nuqsan لأنه روى روايات في هذا المعنى. He narrated those things in al-Kafi في كتابه الكافي.
Objection is part of the rule.
Objection what for?
For off topic.
No, it's not off
Tarif of
topic.
Quran is off topic.
No, I'm not.
No, it's
I'm
not.
not. I'm gonna link it
Tarif
to.
of Quran
No,
is
it's
completely.
Okay, that's fine. Let's
It has nothing to do with
No, it's
that.
coming
That's fine.
I'm coming back to it because Adalah. This is to do with Adalah.
Okay.
Because the Quran reached us through the Sahabah alayhim ridwan as a whole. Because let me re-clarify for you, my da'wah is based upon the Sahaba as a jama'ah. They conveyed al-Quran al-Kareem. So he states regarding al-Kulayni that he believed in tahrif and nuqsan al-Quran. لأنه روى روايات في هذا المعنى, he narrated such things in this meaning في كتاب الكافي, in his book al-Kafi. ولم يتعرض, he didn't touch upon لقدح فيها, in criticizing that. مع أنه ذكر في أول الكتاب, he mentioned in the first book أنه كان يثق بما رواه فيه, that he believed in whatever is in that. وكذلك أستاذه, likewise his teacher Ali bin Ibrahim al-Qummi, he believed also regarding فإن تفسيره مملوء منه وغلو فيه, his tafsir has all of that. وكذلك الشيخ أحمد بن أبي طالب الطبرسي, he also believed in that. فإنه أيضا نسج على منواله في كتاب الاحتجاج, as we know الاحتجاج of Tabrasi. They believed in tahrif al-Quran. If they believed in tahrif al-Quran, these ayat al-Quran, this is why you must do istidlal of your da'wah firstly from Quran. I presented 10 ayat. They were not, all those points were not answered. With regard to as-Sahaba al-Kiram alayhim ridwan, what did the Imams, A'immatu Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, they even took riwayah from Abu Hurairah radiyallahu anh, like for instance what is mentioned in Kashf al-Ghumma fi Ma'rifat al-A'imma, what is mentioned in really, what is mentioned that Sayyiduna, that he was with Sa'id bin Murjana. He was one day with Sayyiduna al-Imam Ali bin al-Husayn alayhi salam. فقلت سمعت أبا هريرة رضي الله عنه يقول قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. He reads out a hadith and then Sayyiduna wal Imamuna Sayyiduna Zayn al-Abidin alayhi salam, he says فقال علي أنت سمعت هذا من أبي هريرة, you heard this from Abu Hurairah. فقال سعيد نعم, he said yes. فقال لغلام أفرح غلماني, then he acts upon the riwayah of Sayyidina Abu Hurairah radiyallahu anh. After this also was
this source from Kashf al-Ghumma that you mentioned, can you give the chain for this narration, please?
Yeah, I'll give you the copy.
Because the reason being is because Kashf al-Ghumma, the author says at the beginning of the book that I include both Shia and Sunni citations. So
that's fine.
Yeah, so I just want to
And
start.
I'll give you the. I'll give you, but after
It
my
doesn't mention chains.
after I mention, I'll give you the.
I don't know, but
That's fine. You can answer that in your turn. You can answer that in your turn.
Okay, no problem.
In your turn, you can mention that. And likewise, he says, وَقَدِمَ عَلَيْهِ نَفَرٌ مِّنْ أَهْلِ الْعِرَاقِ, a group of people came from Ahlul Iraq, فَقَالُوا فِي أَبِي بَكْرٍ وَعُمَرَ وَعُثْمَانَ رَضِيَ اللَّهُ عَنْهُمْ, that they said things regarding the three shuyukh, Abu Bakr, Umar, and Uthman رضي الله عنهم. فَلَمَّا فَرَغُوا مِنْ كَلَامِ قَالَ لَهُمْ أَلَا تُخْبِرُونِي أَنْتُمْ الْمُهَاجِرُونَ الْأَوَّلُونَ, are you the al-Muhajirun al-Awwalun, which the ayah which Firdausi Saab was reading regarding أُخْرِجُوا مِنْ دِيَارِهِمْ وَأَمْوَالِهِمْ, this ayah was recited by Sayyiduna Zayn al-Abidin radiyallahu anh, and they said no, we are not from them, and he recited all of them. He said afterwards, Sayyiduna Imam Zayn al-Abidin says أما أنتم فقد تبرأتم أن تكونوا من أحد هذين الفريقين وأنا أشهد أنكم لستم من الذين قال الله فيهم, that then I bear witness that you are not from those والذين جاءوا من بعدهم يقولون ربنا اغفر لنا ولإخواننا الذين سبقونا بالإيمان ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا. So, and he said اخرجوا عني فعل الله بكم. Sayyidina al-Imam Zayn al-Abidin said to them, go away from me, meaning Sayyidina al-Imam Zayn al-Abidin radiyallahu anhu, he had this aqidah. But if you do not accept that from Kashf al-Ghummah, we will go back to the more reliable sources which are with the Shia. For instance, we find in Al-Kafi, we find under Hadith Abi Basir Ma'al Mar'a, what he mentions, that there's a chain of narration here. It states Abanun an Abi Basir قال كنت جالسا عند أبي عبد الله إذ دخلت علينا أم خالد, that a woman came to one of the Imams alayhi salam, and a woman came in whose name was Khalid. She said, so the story is quite long. فقال أبو عبد الله أيسرك أن تسمع كلامها فقال فقلت, so he talks to one of the people who's with him, and then he says to فقال لها, he advises the woman, توليهما, give wilayah to whom? To the Shaykhain, meaning Abu Bakr and Umar radiyallahu anhuma. قالت فأقول لربي إذا لقيته, the woman said, when I meet my Lord I will say إنك أمرتني بولايتهما, you ordered me, meaning the Imam, to do the wilayah of them. قال نعم, he said yes. قالت فإن هذا الذي معك على التنفسة يأمرني بالبراءة منهما, this person is commanding me to do bara'ah. So time is finished. Okay.
Just before we go to the next rebuttal round, Sheikh, just as a final reminder for the conditions of the debate, any narrations that you provide from the Shia side, you have to provide a authentication from a recognized father muhaddith. So say that your time starts now. 7 minutes.
Similarly, they would have to provide authentic. So you know the al-fusul usul, or narration that you presented it from where? The authentication from Muslim Ahmad,
yes.
And who authenticated
Ahmad
it?
Shakir.
No, Hamza.
Sorry, Hamza Ali then, yeah.
Yeah, Hamza Ahmad Zain.
Are you both in agreement with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you got
the time
scan?
Okay, go ahead.
The time has started.
So let me just we discussed some of the verses in the intro, and but before that, let's mention some of the points which were made. Kashf al-Ghummah, as we said, Sayyid Ali also said in the beginning, in his intro, he says that he is narrating most of these narrations from the books of Jumhur, from the books of Ahl Sunnah. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that he doesn't mention chains. So all of his narrations that he takes are mursalat. At times he mentions the author or the book that he is reciting from, and most of his narrations he doesn't mention any change. He just mentions narrated from this and this Imam or from this companion such and such. This narration that Sheikh quoted about this verse that we are talking about, للفقراء المهاجرين, he narrates it. This is actually a Sunni narration. If you go and look into the Sunni books, you find this narration in Tahzib al-Kamal. You find it in Tarikh Ibn al-Sakir and more. So these narrations are not hujjah upon us. The other thing is that there were some points about tahrif. We can have a completely separate debate about tahrif, but this is completely off topic. It doesn't have anything to do with our topic. The point that was made, if we don't accept Quran, if we don't accept the companions, then we have to reject Quran as well. The first thing is that the question is Quran mutawatir or not? If Quran is mutawatir, then it doesn't matter who has narrated it. It's mutawatir. You don't have to look into each one of those narrators who have narrated the Quran.
Even if they're kafir.
Even if they are kafir, yes, after their own definition. So that's off topic. The other narration was from Abu Basir that the Imam Sadiq said to him, Tabalihima, to a woman, also off topic because it's about tabarri. This has nothing to do with our topic.
Also, it's hadith this week
Also,
as well.
we have made a long video about this with the detail on our channel. Everybody who wants to watch it, then you can gladly watch that video. We don't want to go into details and lose time on those points.
Anyway, since you are claiming that these traditions are isolated, like the one I mentioned about from Abu Bakr al-Jassas, regarding if a wrongdoer comes to you, meaning if a Fasiq comes to you, what do you call it, verify the news. Abu Bakr al-Jassas quite clearly mentioned that it was regarding Walid ibn Uqba. Sorry. Walid ibn Uqba.
Uqba, yes.
Uqba, sorry, yes, thank you. And the Quran is mass transmitted, so you can't escape that.